Wait! What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No! The girls are fighting! Why? Why?
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the mess. All right, y'all, let's get into it. You know what? I want everybody to keep their hands to themselves. You know, that was something that we were taught back in the day. Now, I don't think everybody got the memo. Because I remember as a little boy, I was told, keep your hands to yourself, because if you don't, you might get popped back. I got two stories for y'all. The second one may take a little long, so we're going to do the shorter story first. This is according to the Neighborhood Talk. Sha'Carri Richardson was arrested and hit with DV charges after an incident with her boyfriend at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Sha'Carri. Neighbors, y'all are not going to believe this. Sha'Carri Richardson was arrested Sunday at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport following an alleged DV incident, according to a police report.
And clank-de-clank, clank-de-clank.
The report from the Seattle Police Department states that Richardson and her boyfriend, Christian Coleman, got into a verbal dispute while leaving airport security. During the altercation, Richardson allegedly pushed Coleman, causing him to fall into a nearby column. Surveillance footage reviewed by police reportedly shows Coleman attempting to walk away multiple times, but Richardson allegedly continued to bump into him and at one point threw a pair of headphones at him. Richardson was taken into custody and booked on Sunday and released on Monday, according to jail records. USA Track and Field issued a brief statement saying, we are aware of the report and we have no comment at this time. Following the arrest, Richardson withdrew from the 100-meter semifinals at the U.S. Track and Field Championships, despite advancing after running 11.7 seconds in her heat. She also pulled out the 200 meters. As of now, no further details have been released regarding the legal proceedings or whether charges will be filed. Thoughts? My thoughts is this. These are my thoughts, okay? One, Sha'Carri, girl, it sounds like you are strong. It's not funny. But when I read that she puts a whole grown man into a column, I said, girl, what kind of strength she got? I said, but that's a strong lady. She pushing grown men into whole columns. I'm going to say he tripped over his shoestrings. The second thing is this. If this was a woman and a man, and the roles were reversed, the outrage that would ensue. I need to, Sha'Carri, girl, we don't know the full story, but from what I've read, it sounds like your boyfriend, based off what we've read, he was trying to walk away and de-escalate the situation.
Miss Pages, you need to come up in here and get this rock wilder.
I was about to say system. I've been drinking a little bit. He was trying to diffuse the situation by walking away and not looking like some fools in the airport. If I ain't learned nothing else, I have learned if I'm gonna act a fool, you bet not do it at the airport. Because the way they locking people up, I would never understand in 2025 people who act a fool at an airport, which is gonna get us to our next story. Hey, Cardi B and Rah Ali. The next thing is this. Sha'Carri, I want you to go back to being a lesbian. Because when you was a lesbian, I ain't never heard of Sha'Carri out here fighting in the streets. I'm not putting the blame on him. I'm just saying when Sha'Carri was a kissing lesbian and she had a girlfriend. I hadn't heard of no stories of Sha'Carri pushing some bitch into a column at the airport. That's all I'm saying. Now, maybe it's some stories out there because we know the lesbians like to fight. Shout out to all the lesbians who watch my channel. We know the lesbian gays like to fight. But I'm just saying, I ain't never heard no story until now. So I want Sha'Carri to go back to being with a woman because at least when you were with a woman, girl, we didn't hear all this carrying on. You done got with this man, you're at the airport, you're fighting, girl, throwing headphones, getting arrested, dropping out a racist, messing up your money. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. Matter of fact, Sha'Carri, I want you to be by yourself. There we go. Be by yourself, baby. You young. You could take a few years away from dating. Just be by yourself, concentrate on your career, and then maybe in about a few years we can do another lap around the field as it pertains to looking for a man or a woman or non-binary, non-gender conforming, whoever you fall in love with. Love is love, right? Anyways, now let's go ahead and get into our next story about people acting a fool in the airport. Except this time, girl, they wanted to act a fool, girl, across the waters in another continent. Okay? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. All right. So, Rah Ali and Cardi B. This story may take a little long because I have an audio that I want to play from Rah Ali, which is about 7 minutes and some change, I believe, and then also audio from Cardi B that's about like 5 minutes and some change. Um, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So Cardi B, this is according to TMZ. Cardi B and Rah Ali fight in France. Three sides to every story. Here's two of them. So Cardi B and Rah Ali have two different accounts of how their recent run-in went down at the Cannes airport. But one thing is agreed upon is that there definitely was a clash. The bombshell news came courtesy of Raw spilling the beans to guest host Ray Daniels on her on-sided podcast Thursday. Much to Cardi's chagrin, who called Ra a clout chaser for making their latest encounter known in the first place. Both ex Love and Hip Hop New York stars agreed that the argument immediately broke out at the French airport. Ra maintained she remained calm as Cardi embarrassed black people while telling her she was genuinely surprised at Cardi's behavior as a mother of three. Rah and Cardi have both bathed in the same blood since their infamous 2018 New York Fashion Week fight. As Nicki Minaj looked on, Cardi told her fans early this morning she patiently waited for her moment of revenge without a peep and didn't hesitate to strike. According to Rah, she grew ill towards the end of her media run trip throughout Paris Fashion Week and needed a wheelchair to maneuver through the airport en route back to the U.S. The Bodak Yellow rapper openly defended her decision to get active, admitting she risks international lockup just to get her lick back after all these years because the Bronx in her wouldn't allow her to live with herself. She also revealed she felt the need to show her toughness to her longtime bodyguard because he's never slipping on his crippin'. We're going to listen to the audio. Cardi and Rod disagreed on the level of violence. However, Cardi is adamant that she clonked. Come on, clonked. It's a clonk. It's a clonked for me. Clonked Rod upside the head with a JBL speaker she threw, while Rod maintains none of the objects hit her. Ray Daniels chalked the entire ordeal to Cardi never being loved by a real man. I don't know what they got to do. Like, I don't know what they got to do. They don't have nothing to do with nothing because because she was never loved by a real man. Okay, maybe he meant her daddy. I don't know, child. Offset, Stefan Diggs, DJ Self. That means you. So let's go ahead and listen to what Cardi had to say, and then I'll give some commentary, and then we'll get into what Ra had to say, and then I'll give some commentary, and then I'll also let y'all know which one of these helpers who I think is selling the lie. So let's just get into Cardi.
The line. I'm getting checked. I'm in the line. My thing is about to go through TSA and whatever. And I turn around and I literally see this woman. She's in a wheelchair and she looked like in distress or something. Like she's like She looked in distress. So I looked at her. I couldn't even believe my eyes because I feel like I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. I couldn't even believe my eyes. And I can't believe I'm in France and this is happening all there and then. So this woman is in a wheelchair and I look at her and I said, "You good?" And she said, "I don't feel well." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So then I told my security, and let me tell you something about my security. I know that you guys see him in pictures. I know that you guys think, but me and my security been my security already for like 6 years, and like my security is a big crip. You know what I'm saying? So his opinion to me matters. Not even his opinion, but it's like I will never like to look pussy in front of my security because I feel like if I do some pussy shit, I know my security gonna be like, "Bitch, you're pussy." Because that's the type of relationship that we have. So but I told my security, right? I'm like, "Yo, this chick is right behind me." Like and he was like, "Oh my God, like she's in a wheelchair." So I asked him, "What should I do?" Because at the end of the day, we are in France. And you know what? It would have been really easy for me to just snuff her in a wheelchair. But I'm like, yo, what should I do? Because we're in France and I'm about to we in Cannes and I'm about to fly to Paris to shoot my album content. Everybody's waiting for me. But either way, so we are in France and we're gonna go to jail. So he was like, "You know what? Let's catch her upstairs in the lounge because the TSA that we went to is a TSA that you go through and then you go upstairs to a private lounge. And you know, like you in a private lounge, you could go to the bathroom, you could do whatever the fuck you practically want in the lounge." So I'm like, "I, that's where I'm gonna catch her at. Like that's where I'm gonna pop it off." So, and yes, I know that I'm grown. I know that I'm grown and I shouldn't have that mentality. But let's be fucking for real. If I wouldn't have said nothing and if I would have been an adult, she would still would have came online and would have been like, "Oh, I saw Cardi B and she didn't do nothing. She's pussy." And on top of that, I don't care what it is. Your security, no, your friend's security and you attacked me. Y'all grabbed me. No, the security grabbed me and you attacked me. And if you thought I was gonna let that shit fly, you out of your fucking mind. Like I can't die on this earth. I can't live and die knowing that somebody put their hands on me and I never did nothing back. Like, bitch, I'm from the Bronx, you from the Bronx. You know what's up. So anyways, I'm on the line and I'm waiting because I know she has to go upstairs to the lounge and we're going to the lounge. And it's like, all right, that's where we're gonna handle our business. Cause I know she's aware that we in cons and I'm aware that I'm in cons. Like, ain't nobody trying to go to jail. So I'm on the line and now I see that she's set up now. Now she's not in the wheelchair. Now she's standing, but she's staring at me. Like she's staring at me, like literally staring at me. She's not getting her eyes off of me. So now I'm already thinking to myself, like, it's like fuck it. Like it is what it is. We're about to fight right now. Cause she looking at me like she wanted. So that's when I start arguing with her and like I start arguing with her and she's just telling me like you need to grow up, like be for real, grow up. So that's when I threw a JBL speaker on her head and she said, "You feel better about yourself?" And then she's acting like now she's gonna fight, like, but she wasn't being like aggressive. She was like, "Oh, that okay now," because I guess she was sick. I don't know what was wrong with her. So then I guess my security is like, I like now he in between both of us because now the police is really coming. Like they're really rushing to the part of the airport. And she was saying, "You feel good now? Like you good? That's what you wanted?" And I kept saying, "Yeah, that's what I wanted. Of course I'm gonna get my lick back." And you know that I'm not lying because she practically saying it herself. I don't know why you said that I was throwing a shoe and why you not saying that you got hit in the head with your with whatever? But you know what? Whatever. At the end of the day, you know I'm not lying because even herself said, "You thought I wasn't gonna get my leg back." I wouldn't have said that if it was just me arguing with her. I wouldn't have said that if a shoe went flying somewhere. You know I said I said I got my leg back you because you got hit. And you know what? I'm good. I wish we could have like fight and like yeah, you're right. I wish we could have fight to the end cuz I need to die knowing that. I don't give a fuck how old we are. But at the end of the day, that was good enough for me. Like that was good enough for me. I honestly cannot believe that you came online and talk about that because that's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing, but you know what? I guess it's good traction, good story. It is what it is though. And I'm glad. And you know what? Now that I got my leg back and you hear me and I hear you, um, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like it is true. Like we are older, we are mothers. You're in your 40s, I'm in my 30s. But I wasn't gonna let you go back and report to your boss and say that I ain't do shit. Cause I never been pussy. One thing about me, I know I'm very small. I'd rather get beat up 30 million times than a bitch ever say that I'm pussy. I'm never pussy. I don't give a fuck how much bigger than you.
Okay, so I understand that Cardi is a hood bitch. She a ghetto bitch. The hood gonna forever live in her, and you can take the bitch out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the bitch. I understand all of that, right? Money does not change you. Um, you are who you are, and you will be who you will be. With that being said, I think that it is absolutely gutter snipe, ghetto, hood, low down, trifling, just stupid to have a meeting with your bodyguard on whether or not you should fight because you have something to prove to the person who you're paying. You're paying him and you feel like you need to prove something to him. I guess because he's a crip. Now, I don't want to, speak out of turn. But him being a crip doesn't mean that he does not bleed. And him being a crip does not mean that he cannot die. Now, I'm not saying that Rah Ali would have someone do something to him, but I'm just saying that, and it sounds like Rah Ali was by herself, but to act as if because he's a crip, that means that nothing can happen to him. He's your security, and that means you need to prove something to him. I would think that for the most part, I would think that your security is there to protect you, and also to kind of remove you out of harm's way, not put you in the middle of harm's way. Girl, who do you have working for you? And why are you trying to prove something to somebody who you're paying? That's the ghetto shit right there. That's the stupid shit right there. If we're just gonna be honest about it. And then I put you acting a fool in another country. Like in the airport. You want to get your lick back so bad that you have decided, girl, when she kept saying lounge, I was like, what's she talking about lounge? Yeah, we was gonna go to the lounge. We was gonna go to the lounge. I'm like, the lounge? Girl, what is the lounge? Girl, what is the lounge? I was like, oh, she meant lounge. Okay, girl. I was like, oh, I was a little confused. I just think it's stupid. Um, I just think it's dumb for Cardi to have cut up and act a fool in an airport in France. I just do. It wouldn't even matter if it was in the States. It would still be dumb, but it's definitely dumb doing it across the waters. But I'm not gonna lie, I hollered when she said, bitch, when she said, I'm in my 30s and you in your 40s. She pretty much said, I'm young and you are old, bitch. So, I mean, girl, you right, girl. We mamas. I'm in my 30s, you in your 40s. Anyways, that's all I had to say about Cardi in that clip. Let me go ahead and play Rah Ali, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up after Rah Ali.
Sure if you even know of the history between Cardi B and I. I'm not sure if you even know.
Now, can you tell me the Cardi thing? Because I don't know.
Of course, of course. So I'm going to tell the story backwards just so that
I can't wait to hear it.
Okay. So recently I went to Cannes for the Lions Festival.
Yep.
It was for work. A lot of people come into town, business people, entertainers, and it's a positive situation all around. So I'm leaving. I'm by myself, and I'm in the wheelchair.
Why are you in the
wheelchair? At the airport.
Oh,
so I didn't feel well.
You was also trying to get through security quick too. I do it sometimes you got to do what you got to do when you're behind. Let's go.
So I'm not feeling that good. I really genuinely had a cold. I did a virtual appointment with a doctor, and got a Z-Pack.
Oh, it was serious. You need to
Yeah,
get
I wasn't
better.
feeling that good.
Sure.
Yeah, so, I'm going through security. I'm sitting there and being pushed. And I look ahead of me, and there's no one else there, just Cardi.
Oh, so this is recently.
This is the other day.
Yeah, because I talked to you before you told me you was going to Cannes. Oh, this is okay, cool, okay.
This is me leaving from
France.
Cannes. Yep. So I see her ahead of me, and
What are you thinking, if you don't mind me asking? What are you thinking?
I can't even say what I was thinking. I think more so I was thinking, oh God, like
Not right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
oh
gotcha.
boy. That's usually, and she has like a red dress on. I'll show you the video because I definitely took my phone out immediately and I just pressed record.
That's that media smartness, boy.
I took my phone out, I pressed record, and I'm like, so she's chewing a bagel, and she's standing there, and they roll me right here, and she's standing right there where that TV monitor is.
Okay.
So I'm just sitting there and I'm just looking.
Does she know you
doesn't
behind
see
her
me
yet? Okay,
yet.
perfect.
So she's chewing, and then she turns and she looks. And she's like, what's wrong with you? I say nothing. My assumption, because I'm not going to put something out there that I'm not sure about, is that it didn't click on her in her head, possibly when she first saw me, that it was me.
You, yeah.
Maybe because I'm in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know what was the reason. And she I didn't say anything. So maybe once I didn't answer her, maybe she was like, do I got problems with this person or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
So whenever it clicked on her, whenever it registered, I'm watching her, remember? So I'm looking right at her. She goes to her security and she says to him, that's whatever she says to him. I see him lean over like this and she's telling him in his ear. So I just take, like the bag that's in my lap and I just put it on the wheelchair part because I know I'm probably going to have to stand up. And he turns around and he looks and I'm just like, I'm still sitting in the chair. I'm just looking. And so now once she informs him that I'm there, it's in 5, 4, 3, 2, showtime. You got me f***ed up. You got me. Like immediately she starts yelling and cursing and screaming. Oh, what's up? What's up? What? Yeah. You thought I was gonna get my lick back? What you thought? What you thought? You on the internet talk about how you. Now, one thing I never have done, never ever done. There's not any footage of me ever going on camera and elaborating on me having a physical fight with someone if there wasn't already footage to show that it happened. I don't come from that world. I don't care what it was. I'm not going to tell you I stole a pack of cookies out the store and there's no proof. I just don't do that. I don't think it's cute. I think you sound stupid.
Yeah.
I think anybody even admitting to something in any capacity, they don't have to, is crazy.
Yeah.
That's not my world. So there's nothing online of me ever saying, yeah, haha, that's why I beat her up. That's not how I move. I don't move like that. And so she was like, yeah, you online. So I looked at her and I said, yo, you look so stupid. Because we're in France.
So we're in the airport. Like
In the airport, but in France. We're not in the airport in the States.
Yes.
Because I actually kind of think that if it's really like that, if you feel like being like that in the States, we all know what bookings is. We all been in Rikers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Yeah,
No, I
okay.
haven't, but
Okay, yeah, you know.
I know my father was in there. I visited him a couple times, but yeah, you're right.
Everybody
Nobody
knows
wanna
you've
go
been
there.
locked up
Yes.
somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
but locked up abroad, like the show that's on A&E.
International lawyers, all that. Oh
Like,
my God.
what?
Yeah.
And so she's yelling and she's screaming. And I was like, wow. I said, this is 3 kids later. 3 kids later. I've, of course, stood up now because I have to stand up because
You got to protect yourself in
I don't
case.
know what
Yeah.
any of them are going to do.
For
So,
sure.
I'm always looking to be the mature person
Yeah.
at this point because I have too much to lose. But I'm definitely by nature a fighter. My heart doesn't pump Kool-Aid, and I will go down into my last second of breathing, and I'm gonna bang. I'm not gonna. It is what it is,
like
you know.
you.
So
I really like you.
but I just was like, girl, grow up. She's like, grow up. You think that? I was just like, you look so stupid. You sound stupid. You look stupid. You gotta chill. She takes her shoes off. She starts throwing her shoes.
Really?
She
Why
starts
was this on the
throwing
internet?
her bags. I don't know. She starts throwing her bags. She's yelling to the top of her lungs. Now, of course, now the airport people are coming over. And I'm like, this is just so goofy. And, ultimately the end result was nothing. Just a bunch of just making us
a
look
huge scene.
stupid
Yep.
as Black people. And, she went about her business. But one, she was the aggressor in the original altercation, not me.
Can you tell me that original altercation? I don't know nothing about it.
That would mean I have to tell you about me being physical with someone on air.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You see what I'm saying? That's like, I ain't do that. Okay.
What the happened?
But I'll tell you, but she was the aggressor. No one initiated anything with her. At this stage of where we are in life, and yelling in the airport, and it just is so corny. I even said, in the process, I said, are you not tired? Because I could raise my voice for a couple of minutes, and I'm like, that's exhausting. I'm good on that.
You know the only people that are tired? The people that roll off into the sunset. Mm-hmm. Obviously, she hasn't. She can, but she just chose not to. And I think because she ain't got the she want to ride off with.
Right. So I haven't, shared that with anyone until now.
Thanks for telling me. I feel so special.
You're
By the way,
welcome.
I never told nobody my shit, so hey.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's go.
There you go.
I've never really paid attention to Rah Ali. She has a nice speaking voice. I was like, oh. So shout out to Rah Ali for that. I agree with Rah. At some point, this is the thing. When you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with a certain group of people, it doesn't matter if people gonna want their lick back, right? So I get that Cardi wants her lick back. It's just that girl, how she went about it. I do understand that, especially if you probably were the one who came out on top in a certain situation, how the other person could definitely want their lick back. So for Rah, it's probably like, girl, I done already bumped you up. Girl, I thought we was done with that. That happened so long ago. Girl, we done got married and had kids, divorced. I don't know nothing about Rah. Is she married? I think she is, right? So I could see how it could be out. Like, girl, that was the farthest thing from my mind. Who I think is lying and who I think is telling the truth. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think Cardi lying. I don't think Cardi hit that lady in the head with no motherfucking speaker. I don't. She probably acted a fool. And the only reason why I believe that, because at one point I didn't even believe that. Now I know they're, over there. But I was like, girl, Cardi B acted a fool in the airport and nobody has any type of footage. Like not one thing. But I don't think Cardi's telling the full truth. I don't believe that she hit Rah Ali in the head with a speaker, and girl, that was just pretty much the end of it. Girl, y'all know what a speaker is? Okay? Girl, what? And you done hit this lady in the head? I don't know if I believe that. I don't. And then on top of that, the way that Cardi was stuttering, trying to get the story out, I was like, girl, why are you stuttering? Why are you like falling over words, sounding like Phaedra at the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, part 3, when Charles came out and started checking everybody left and right? Like, girl, why are you falling over your words? I just don't believe it. I believe this. I'm inclined to believe more of Rah's version. Is it? Well, yeah, Rah Ali's version versus Cardi's version. I just think Cardi's telling a lie. I do. I really do. Hmm. Y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.